sellers are still shooting for the moon with pricing. A lot of times, price dictates directly the amount of showings you're getting, activity, views on Zillow, everything like that. Hey guys, it's Hunter with Damon Gettier Associates, and today we're going to be talking about 3 reasons why your home isn't selling and how to fix it. So your home's not selling, there could be a slew of factors, price, location, what your neighbor's house looks like, what your house looks like. There could be a number of different things that play into effect. Typically, we like to, summarize it into 3 main ones of the price not being right, the house isn't showing well, and the last one being the marketing isn't cutting it. Those typically what we like to, characterize it into the big 3, and then also some of those can kind of subcategorize into different things of their own. But let's look at each one of these a little bit more closely, with the first one being the price. So a lot of times, price dictates directly the amount of showings you're getting, activity, views on Zillow, everything like that. And if your house is priced too high, little to no people may be looking at it. We see it too much and too often, coming from a high seller's market in COVID to now where everything's kind of, equivalated out in the market. Some are saying it's not a seller's market nor a buyer's market. It's kind of just an equilibrium. So we're seeing that right now, but sellers are still shooting for the moon with pricing. So that's definitely your number one, thing to look at if your house isn't selling, is look at the price. Have your agent run good comparables, make sure they're pulling houses that are the same square footage, same area, all those different factors that play into that. Make sure, they're on top of that, because that's where you're going to want to start. The second reason being your house may not be selling is it doesn't show well. And it's never a fun conversation to have as an agent, but you're paying your agent for their upfront and honest, review of your house to get it sold. So I don't like to sugarcoat anything. So I like to be straightforward with my clients. And if the house isn't showing well, I'm going to let you know. I like to look at, every property that we list or that I personally list before going, putting it on the market, and give my clients, a few things to do. And there are homes where there's nothing to do, of course, but, straightening up, maybe the house doesn't smell well. It's good to make your clients aware of that, so nonetheless they know. And if they don't want to change it, of course that's okay. It's their house at the end of the day. But that could be the factor of why the house isn't selling. If the house is cluttered and we're going to take photos of it, we prefer for the house to be cleaned up and look presentable, for potential buyers to look at it online, because that's where you're going to get your first grasp of a client. The marketing photos on Zillow, Realtor.com, wherever they may be seeing the home. So it's a hard conversation to have with your client, but it's definitely something that needs to be addressed if there's an issue there. The last reason your home may not be selling is the marketing. Not all agents market the same way. Some, put a sign in the yard, put it in the MLS and pray. That could include just taking pictures with their cell phone. Other factors that play in is, where's your agent putting the home? The first thing that needs to be addressed, with your agent is, are they putting the home in the right MLS or area where the home is going to be shown to other agents? I find a lot of times I'm a member of 3 MLSs, and I'll look at where the house is supposed to be, in that MLS, and it turns out it's not in that one, it's in the neighboring MLS, which some agents don't pay for all 3. I do know we pay for all the surrounding MLSs. I think Damon is a part of 9. Any MLS in the area, we're going to make sure your house is listed there. And we also list in the, neighboring MLSs to make sure that the agents who aren't paying for that one can see it as well. Another one of the, factors that we see quite often is, how are they marketing your home? I'm not talking just about Facebook Marketplace. Are they having targeted ads on Facebook? I know we work with YLOPO, in order for your house to pop up on their Facebook page. They click on it, register with us. Then we're reaching out to them, trying to set appointments and so on and so forth. If their marketing technique is just Zillow, every agent uses Zillow because that is directly from the MLS. If your house is listed in the MLS, it's going on Zillow. There's no rhyme or secret to that. So agents who say that their marketing technique is Zillow, not really marketing, when every agent does that. Another attribute of the social media marketing is kind of how we goes live. Officially for sale, we'll go to the property, do a Facebook Live. It gets, of course, shown to all of our Facebook friends, followers, pages, realtor pages, that we are with. And in doing that, not only are just our friends are seeing it, but their friends have friends, and then that video is getting shared out to other people, or maybe one of your friends is in the market and then they're reaching out to you about the house that you just put on your Facebook. So social media is a very powerful tool and shouldn't be underutilized when marketing your home. Kind of a bonus tip is flexibility with your home. Getting as many showings in as possible, not rejecting any showings. When marketing your house and people want to come see it, you want to get it sold, it's best to let them inside. That's a big factor that probably doesn't get recognized enough, is working with potential buyers to get them inside the home. You never want to turn away, any potential buyer, because what if that's the one that is going to purchase your house? Timing also plays a part into, selling your home. If you're selling a home, that's primarily a summer home, it may not get a ton of attraction during the winter. And that's something, your agent needs to recognize, and you need to have that conversation with, when going to sell the home. Obviously, you can give it your best shot to sell in the winter, but it may just be a timing thing as why your house isn't selling. So if you have any questions, or maybe you're struggling to sell your home in this market, please reach out to us at Damon Gettier Associates and ask for Hunter, and I'll be here to help. And don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on the notifications, whatever you need to do. Thanks guys, and I'll see you at the next one.